What's going on, everybody? This is Hard Hat Gaming. I feel weird using that as my name. It's Andrew. I'm back after like a day. So welcome to the second park build on this channel. I just finished up my Heavenly Hills park build, which was a 100 by 100 park, and if you have not seen at least the showcase video for that, it's like a 3.5 minute video. I definitely recommend checking that out. I was pretty happy with the way that park turned out. So I'm just on to my second one. And I guess I wanted to just go ahead and start right away on a new one, mainly because I just got word that I will be going back to work. Obviously, everyone's in quarantine right now, and I was furloughed from my job for a while, so I just literally was just sitting around doing nothing. So I had plenty of time to work on that park. I am not sure how much time I'm going to have to work on this one. I will do my best to upload as often as I can, but there is no promises there. I'm at least going to try and upload once a week if I can. Just find, an hour out of my week to work on this park here and there. Yeah, so I won't be able to upload every day anymore because I'll be going back to work, but at least for now, I'm going to try and just get this done as quickly as I can and just try and make as much progress as I can. So this park it doesn't have a name yet, and it's going to be a Western themed park. That was the thing I wanted to do. I just thought that would be fun. And so we're going to go ahead and build a park entrance right here. This went through a few iterations of things that I wanted to do with it. Mainly the thing that I wanted to do was, while I have messed around with custom scenery here and there, I wanted to really focus in on that and really try and do some custom scenery in this park because I never really do that often. So, and because I was using an old version of Open RCT too, I was not. My game was crashing pretty consistently. I had 1.2 or something. So now that I have a newer build of the game, I think it's a little bit more stable, and I have not had the same issues with using custom scenery that I had in the past. So I'm gonna try and keep using custom scenery in this park and kind of have an emphasis on that, sort of mixing the custom scenery and non-custom scenery to sort of blend the two together. So yeah, this park right here does not yet have a name. I couldn't think of one, so I thought, oh, that'd be fun. Maybe the 12 people that will watch this, if you guys have a name that you'd like to name my park, then just leave it in the comments down below. And I'll be picking in the next episode what this park will be called. I don't know if anyone would be interested in doing that, but I'm gonna try it, see what happens. But yeah, just kind of try and think of a Western-themed name for a theme park, and that's what I'm going to go with. So, yeah, like I said, this will be strongly a Western/wood-themed park. Not everything's going to be wooden, obviously, but I am going to try and stick to wooden rides that will fit this theme. This park will be a little bit smaller than the last one. The last park I did was 100 by 100. I'll be doing 80 by 80. So it won't be too tiny, but it's going to be a little bit smaller. I just wanted to have a little bit less space to work with because, I don't know, it's just hard to fill up the space sometimes. So yeah, especially with the rides I'm going to be building, it's going to be hard to fill up that much space. I mean, I use every single steel coaster type that exists in the game in my last build. So hopefully, I'll be able to, have a little bit less space to work with, and it'll be a little bit easier on me. So this whole episode, I'm actually not building any rides. Like the last one, it'll be primarily just building the entrance, and this time I decided to have a little main street as a thing. That's a pretty common thing I see in a lot of these builds, is people building a main street area. And this actually did take me a couple tries. I just deleted the footage from the other tries because it was bad. But this build I was pretty happy with. This was I tried to just sort of make it look like a Wild West themed. And I actually went and looked at some screenshots from Red Dead 2. I didn't feel like going back into the game and looking and traveling to Valentine to see what it looked like. But I went ahead and just built buildings that I thought would look appropriate in this setting. And I think it worked out pretty well. I've just made a bunch of wooden buildings on the outside here. And I actually have not yet gotten to the place where I built something in the middle of the plaza. So that'll be the next episode, is filling the middle. But I basically just did a lot of small details with these buildings, and I really wanted to just focus in on using the custom scenery that I have, the custom windows and the custom doors, and just like little extra scenery objects that normally I don't have the opportunity to work with. So that's pretty much what I did. This is all just a wood building theme, whatever, and I just tried to have it all have some synergy and all that stuff. So yeah. So yeah, this park is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit more detailed than my last one. Truth be told, it's probably going to take a bit longer than my last one did. I really tried to focus in on the building, the ride buildings for the last one. This time I'm going to focus in more on actually like real realism, in terms of like at a theme park there's usually a lot of these just random buildings that you can't actually go in. They're just for decoration. That's pretty common. So that's what I did. I wanted to make these sort of wood buildings, and I mean, there's a lot of tricks I use here from, if you guys have not, I've mentioned him on this channel several times. Yeah, make sure to, look at Dirklink's tutorial on wood roofs and wooden buildings and stuff, because it is very helpful, and I use a lot of the tricks from that in this video. So, that was pretty much, I mean, this whole episode is going to be just kind of designing this little main street area. And, leave in the comments if you guys have any ideas on what to do with that main plaza area. I have a couple of ideas floating around in my brain, but I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. So, if you guys ever have any ideas on what you think might look cool in these theme parks or in these builds, but just let me know what you think. And yeah, so, and also make sure to leave your suggestion for the name of the park, because I think that's a fun idea, and having a park with a name would be cool. So far it's called Western Park, and if no one has a good name, then that's what it's gonna be called. It'll be called Western Park. But I think we can come up with something better. So yeah, make sure to leave the comments in for that. And the last thing, I just try to do some detailing, which I normally am just way too impatient to do, but I really thought it might make this build look a lot better, just because I'm not usually one to go this long without at least just building a ride somewhere. I'm usually not one to just sit and do, just like building just scenery for an hour and a half. That's just something I'm kind of averse to. I like to at least build rides and have little, have something else to build while I'm at it. But this started to come together, and I was kind of feeling motivated, so that did help quite a bit. And yeah, I just kind of use these. This is where the non-custom scenery comes in, where I was trying to use the wooden fence posts and the poles, just to kind of detail the buildings on the back side and even on the front side. And yeah, so it ended up looking pretty good. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I think this is a pretty solid design so far. I just added in, again, I'm using I think this is 2018 custom workbench, the extreme one. I'm using that workbench here, and I downloaded it forever ago, but like I said, using an old version of RCT, I could not really load in these pieces without the game crashing, but now I have no problem with it. So hooray, that's pretty dope. And yeah, the last thing is I added a clock tower. I thought that looked pretty neat. I've never had a clock tower before. I thought that was fun. So this is pretty much it. I just kind of detailed that main plaza, but that's pretty much going to be it for this episode. Like I said, leave your suggestions in the comments down below. Otherwise, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks.